Are you guys annoyed with the crappy versions of cauliflower rice out there? Sometimes you order a restaurant menu, it comes out soggy. What do I look like? Do I look like I like soggy cauliflower fried rice? Homie? No, I sure don't. So today, I'm gonna be showing you how to make my famous Paleo Cauliflower fried rice. It's so good, it's so easy. Did I mention it's so damn good? I just added the damn in, because it's that good, baby. Oh! But I'm gonna show you step by step today, show you some tips and tricks. Shh, don't tell anyone, it'll be our little secret. Right? Only if you like and subscribe though. Let's get going. Start off by grabbing the cauliflower. You're going to want to remove the green leaves, rinse the cauliflower, and set aside. I'm using 2 small cauliflowers for this recipe. You could always use 1 large one as well. Make sure you pick it up, look at it, and say, hey, good looking, let's get to work. Now you're going to want to slice the cauliflower in half using a knife and then cut around the cauliflower. This is the easiest way for me to get the florets off of it. You're going to want to toss the stalk and now cut up the florets into smaller pieces. This definitely doesn't have to be perfect because we are just going to throw it into our Cuisinart. So a little pro tip for you guys, make sure you do this in a single layer. You definitely don't want to overcrowd the blender because this is going to leave some big pieces, which is oh bueno. Now get your top on the Cuisinart and then start pulsing. Pulse, pulse, pulse. You definitely don't have to overdo it here. You don't want mush. Make sure that it is in a rice format. So get your dirty little paws in there. Scoop it up. Oh yes, that looks perfect. Now you're going to want to set this aside, add to a sheet tray with a little parchment paper. Get your rice into a single layer. Drizzle the cauliflower rice with some EVOO, aka extra virgin olive oil. Season with some salt, garlic powder, some black pepper, white pepper, and a little bit of onion powder. Mix up with your hands to a single layer. Pop that sucker in the oven at 425 for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now grab 2 carrots, 2 garlic cloves, shallot, and some scallion. You're going to want to peel the carrots and cut the ends off the carrots. I like to cut them in half if they're longer. Now being very careful, I like to slice them into diagonal pieces, pretty thin, and cut those a few times, basically like a matchstick size. Now do a nice little mince there, and you're good to go. Set those aside. Now grab the shallot. You're going to want to cut the ends off, then cut the shallot in half. You're going to then want to peel off the skin. Now being very careful, slice down the middle of the shallot, not going all the way across to the root. Now you want to pinch the sides and make slices across as well. And then as you cut across, you'll see it's a perfect little mince. So that's a little pro tip for you guys on shallot cutting. Set those babies aside. I like to grab a little bowl to kind of keep everything organized. Now cut up 2 scallions. I like to cut the ends on a bias to make them a little more fancy. Slice up your 2 bacon strips into pretty thin slices. Turn those around, cut them in half. You could also use kitchen shears for this, which cuts through bacon nice and easy. So now that the 20 minutes is up, you can see the rice is all done. It's nice and fluffy. All of the water did get evaporated, so it's not going to get all liquidy when we start cooking. So yeah, just give it a few little tosses and set it aside. Grab a 12-inch pan that you're going to want to throw in your bacon. I like to throw the bacon in when the pan's heating up. Then it's not going to burn. It's going to render out the fat, which is what we want. So give that a nice toss. And then we're going to remove the bacon and save the fat. Throw the carrots into the bacon fat and give those a nice little toss. Then throw in the shallots as well. I like to season with a little salt and a little more oil in there just to get a nice sear on everything. And then let that go for a few minutes. You want the shallots to be translucent and you want the carrots to start to get soft. Add your cauliflower rice to the pan. You're going to give that a nice toss, and then throw in your cooked bacon as well. And then make sure you toss again. You want everything nicely combined, and then cook for a few minutes. You want all the ingredients heated up, and then move everything to the side. And now is for the best part about fried rice, the egg. Drop in 1 tablespoon of butter, mix that up so that it's melted. Then you're going to want to crack in 2 eggs. Let those cook for a little bit. You want the whites to settle. And once you see the whites settle, then break up the yolk. I like to do a soft scramble here. And when the liquid's almost gone, that's when I like to season with a little salt, a little pepper, then mix up throughout the rice. Once it's mixed up, it's time to grab your sauces. So I use coconut aminos, rice vinegar, use some sesame oil, and some sriracha. Add in a nice drizzle of the coconut aminos. I do a few dashes, and then throw in a nice splash of sriracha. I like to do a nice little pour of sesame oil in there, and do a little splash of the rice vinegar. Then stir this all up. You want to cook for a few minutes, let all the flavors come together. Then we're going to season it. For my seasonings, I use some mustard powder, some onion powder, white pepper, garlic powder, black pepper, and some salt. Now do a few dashes of the white pepper, a few dashes of the onion powder. You want to do a few dashes of the garlic powder, little bit of the black pepper, and then a few pinches of the mustard powder. Now stir this up and let everything come together. Reduce the heat to low, kind of let it simmer, hang out for a little bit, and then it's plating time. Now that it's been a few minutes, top with some scallions, stir it together a little more, and then it's time to plate. Oh, I can't wait to give this a tasting test.
Dude, I'm telling you. One more bite. Ooh. Oh. Moan. Okay, it's okay to moan. It's actually a study done in 2017 that moaning after eating food increases digestion. Who knew? Yummy. Yummy in my tummy. Hope you guys love it.